So increased IOP is causing disturbance of the exoplasmic flow. It's causing decreased vascular perfusion over here as well. इनकी वजह से क्या होगा? Number one, there's a mechanical effect. Mechanically, the cells, the nerve fibers are being forced to die out. And second, due to the decreased vascular perforation, they're not getting enough nutrients. This will cause these nerve fibers to undergo apoptosis. ठीक है, इसकी वजह से apoptosis होगा, there will be nerve fiber death, and that will lead to the characteristic loss of vision, the scotomas which are present in glaucoma. This is pathogenesis or the pathophysiology of how a raised intraocular pressure is transmitted from the anterior compartment to the posterior compartment, and how the lamina fibrosa and the nerve fibers over there are the most vulnerable, how their exoplasmic flow is disturbed, how there's decreased vascular perfusion, and how a combination of these two, it causes the cells to die out. It causes the cells meaning the nerve fibers undergo apoptosis, leading to decreased vision. After this, it was revealed, or this was research. Researchers found out that some parts of the retina, some of the nerve fibers, or some specific quadrants of the nerve fibers, they are being affected more, and some are being affected less. So this led out to a mapping of the retinal nerve fiber layer. Look at this image closely. This is the optic nerve head, or the optic. This is the macula over here. Area macula ka ban raha hai, which is leaving us on fibers. This is the temporal retina, and this is the nasal retina. So if we look closely, we can see that the macular fibers, which I'm going to demarcate as M over here, okay, they have a relatively straightforward pathway to the optic nerve. The fibers coming from the temporal side, the superior temporal fibers and the inferior temporal as well, they have an arcuate or an arched fiber pathway. The rest of the nasal thoda sa inke darmiyan intermediate. What does this tell us? This tells there are few implications of the anatomy or the arrangement of these fibers. Implication is that the first fibers to be affected by the raised IOP are the ones which have a curved path. These include the arcuate fibers or the superior fibers which are coming from the temporal retina, fibers which are coming from the inferior retina. Then the rest of the nasal field is affected, and the area which is affected the last, or which is lastly affected, it is the macula. This is the macula over there. Macula area, because its fibers are relatively straightforward. What does this mean clinically? इसका clinically क्या मतलब है? Can anyone tell me what this means for us clinically? ये जो हमने न्यूरो पे डिस्कस की है, इसका क्या what is the clinical implication of this?
Central vision loss.
Central fibers spare हो जाएंगे.
Yes, that is true. So central fibers or central vision or the macular vision will be the last to be affected. बाकी सारी आंख, बाकी सारा visual field will be lost, and the patient will still have good central vision. उनकी visual acuity अच्छी होगी या normal भी हो सकती है, even if they have glaucoma. This is the clinical implication. ठीक है? We've seen this clinical implication in the case below. Our patient had glaucoma, but her visual acuity was good. It was 20 by 20. It means that her central fibers, which are the last to be affected, these macular fibers, they are spared, but a thing is going on with the rest of the fibers. Now, ये जो बाकी nerve fibers spare होते हैं, how can we know that, all right, these nerve fibers are being affected and these nerve fibers are being affected? एक तो ये है ना कि you perform an invasive method, आप electrodes लगाएं आँख के साथ, and you perform a retinography या ECG perform करते हैं, you perform a retinogram and an oculogram. But if there is any non-invasive way through which we can know, all right, these fibers are being affected or these fibers are being affected, कोई ऐसा तरीका है जिसमें पता लगे कौन से fibers affected है?
Visual field effects.
Visual field effects. बिल्कुल. Those are visual field defects, and those we can find out on perimetry. That's why perimetry is very important. This was the normal perimetry. Normal perimetry of the right eye. This is the normal blind spot. Acha. Before I show you the visual field effects which occur in glaucoma, let's go back over here. Now you can appreciate that all of the changes, they are occurring, or they're happening at this optic disc. ऑप्टिक डिस्क के एज पर ही सारा गड़बड़ कर रहा है इंट्राओकुलर प्रेशर. ऑप्टिक डिस्क हमें कैसे नजर आता है विजुअल फील्ड पर, और ऑन पेरीमेट्री हाउ डू वी विजुअलाइज द ऑप्टिक डिस्क?
Physiological blind spot.
Yes, it's a physiological blind spot. Now let's say that this physiological blind spot is present normally, and let's for a moment assume that these fibers are being affected. So this means अगर ये fibers affected हैं, हमने कहा है कि ग्लूकोमा में कहीं और गड़बड़ नहीं आएगी, गड़बड़ इधर हो रही है तो इनके ही fibers affected होंगे. This tells us that all the visual fields in glaucoma, they will have a relation to the physiological blind spot. This is very important what I have said. ये concept की बात है, इसको आप गौर से दोबारा सुनें. All of the scotomas or the visual field defects, they will respect the blind spot. They will have a relation to the blind spot. Okay. Blind spot demarcates or denotes, yes, इस पर गड़बड़ हो रही है, pressure is occurring at the disc, fibers are being affected at the disc first. So they will, at all of these scotomas, they will have a relationship. Let's see what those scotomas are. This is a normal perimetry. This is the right eye. This is the physiological blind spot. This is normal. There are a few combinations of scotomas over here. So let's discuss the one which we discussed in our, which we saw in our case. Okay. So look at this first. Here is the blind spot. Here is the blind spot. Here blind spot. So the thing we can appreciate on this film is number one, there's a small extension from the blind spot above, which is the first thing. And secondly, there's an extension, there's a connection, because they are not completely separate. There's a connection over there. There's a loss of visual field defect in an arc-shaped manner superiorly and nasally. Appreciate this. इसको आप गौर से देखें. This is an arc-shaped defect over here. An arc-shaped defect is called an arcuate scotoma. Okay? It's also called a Jerem scotoma. This is an arc-shaped scotoma and an arc-shaped defect. So ये arc हम जो ले रहे हैं, because these two are joined, they're not separate. It's this complete arc. This is an arc-shaped defect called Jerem scotoma or a superior arcuate scotoma. Similarly, जो ये blind spot है, if it were only extended above or below in a curved manner, let's just say कि बाकी normal है, but we have this extension above and extension below. This is थोड़ा सा इसमें अच्छी तरह नजर नहीं आ रहा, but this gives rise to a sickle shape, and that is called a Siedel's scotoma. Siedel or a sickle scotoma. This is an arc scotoma over here. So let's look at this picture. This is of the left eye. This is the normal physiological blind spot. लेकिन normal है, the location normal है. Do you think it's large or it's normal in size compared to the left one?
Large.
Okay, this is an enlarged blind spot, which can occur in glaucoma, लेकिन ये साथ-साथ और diseases में भी होता है. It occurs in papillary edema as well. So this is an enlarged blind spot. Look at these images. Look at this one. What has happened over here? Normal physiological blind spot was over here in this left eye. There's a huge loss of visual field moving superiorly and moving inferiorly. and only a small central island of vision has remained in this whole sea of darkness. Okay, this is called, इसको हम क्या कहते थे, brain से निकल गया. This is called a central island. Okay, it can be a temporal central island or a central island. This is a complete central island. If थोड़ा सा temporal vision रहता, it would have been a temporal central island. This is an incomplete central island. This is a complete central island. Central island means that only the macular fibers are remaining, बाकी all of the visual field has been lost. Again, look at these. These are both of the left eye. इसको आप थोड़ा सा छोड़ दें. This is the normal blind spot over here. So you're seeing an opacity. You're seeing a visual field defect in the nasal part, which is just above the horizontal meridian. This is called a nasal step. इसको उसने कहा है, I think इसमें कोई नाम दिया हुआ है, which I'm not able to pronounce. Nasal step. This is a nasal step. The visual field defect has taken a step above or a step below. So this is a nasal step. Similarly, this is also a nasal step, a step above and a step below. इसकी समझ नहीं आ रही. I'll explain it. Not really.
Hi.
चलो मैं बता देता हूँ. ठीक है. We discussed neurology of vision at the very start. I'll review it. Don't worry. परेशान नहीं होना. Let's review this again. थोड़ा सा start से लेके चलना पड़ेगा because I think most of the people who joined new did not understand what is happening. So if this is the eye, ठीक है, and optic nerve जो है वो यहाँ पर है. This is the optic nerve. ठीक है, ये optic nerve है. And this is the macula or the fovea. यहाँ पर lens होगा. थोड़ा सा गंदा बना रहा हूँ. So this is the nasal side of the retina. This is the temporal side of the retina. यहाँ पे clear नहीं होता, आपने मुझे बता देना है. ठीक है. मैं दोबारा करूँगा. तो light rays जब बाहर से आती हैं, so let's say an object is over here. If the light rays are coming from this object, what will happen? That they will fall on the nasal side of the retina. इधर fall जा रहे हैं. Similarly, if there is an object on the nasal side of the eye, this is the right eye now. Due to the arrangement of the eye, the light rays from this object, they will fall on the temporal retina. ये बात आपको समझ आ रही है? ये बात समझ आनी चाहिए. This is important. So what is happening is that the nasal retina is looking at the temporal field. This is the nasal retina, which is looking at the temporal field. And similarly, the temporal retina is looking at the nasal field. Okay? So when we talk about visual fields, we are actually talking about these things. We're not talking about these two. We're not talking about the retinal fields. We're talking about the visual fields. Okay? So this means that कि हम जो visual field plot कहते हैं, we're actually talking about these fields. तो इसको हम थोड़ी सी implication देख लेते हैं. Normal कहाँ पर था? ठीक है, normal ये है. So if this is the normal right eye, this is the normal right eye, and this is the blind spot. कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर मैं इसी के बराबर एक आई ड्रॉ करूं नीचे यहाँ पर, अगर ये टेम्पोरल फील्ड है तो इसका मतलब है कि इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग जो ऑप्टिक डिस्क होगी वो इधर होगी. दिस वुड बी द ऑप्टिक डिस्क. ठीक है, यहाँ से ऑप्टिक नर्व बाहर निकल रही है. सिमिलरली दिस इज द नेजल फील्ड व्हिच इज बीइंग लुक्ड ऑन बाय द टेम्पोरल रेटिना. इसीलिए जब हम राइट आई के पेरीमेट्री की बात कर रहे हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द राइट विजुअल फील्ड. राइट साइड पे फिजियोलॉजिकल ये ब्लाइंड स्पॉट है which corresponds to the presence of the optic disc on the nasal retina. It's on the nasal retina that is why the blind spot is on the temporal visual field, because the nasal retina looks on the temporal field. ये थोड़ा सा confusing matter होता है. If you know this, if you understand this, if you get this, बाकी मसला नहीं होता. Even if you still don't understand this, I hope it gets clearer by the end of the session. नहीं होता तो बता देना, we'll do it. So these were the different types of scopomas, and these are their representations. Let's look at them again. This is a normal physiological blind spot. So this is a visual field. So it's of the right eye. This is a nasal step. Nasal step का क्या मतलब है? If there is a problem with the temporal retinal fibers, इसलिए defect nasal field में आ रहा है. ठीक है? Keep this concept in mind. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि उसकी corresponding retina में problem issue आ रहा है. Now, why is this important? Because we talked that the temporal arcuate fibers are the first to be affected. The temporal fibers first to be affected hai, so most likely we're going to get nasal defects. And that is why you can see that arcuate scotomas are mostly nasal in nature. Nasal field pe aa rahe hain, because the temporal fibers are being affected first. ये concept आपका होगा तो आपका होगा. And look how all of these different scotomas, they have a relationship to the blind spot, except these peripheral scotomas. Okay, except this one. Superior arcuate defect, it has a relationship with the blind spot. It rises superiorly and it's in an arc shape. So fixation paracentral भी ऐसे है, superior है. This is a tunnel defect or a central island of vision, and this happens when there's complete loss. It should not be. Sorry, yes, it should be left eye. सही पकड़ा आपने मुझे. Yes, this is sorry, and this is actually the left eye. Right, this is the left eye. The left eye का temporal ये है. Nasal ये बनता है left eye का. You're right, my bad. So over these images again and again, you will understand. इसको आप बाद में दोबारा देखना. Similarly, this is another type of perimetry. It's called Goldman's perimetry or kinetic perimetry. This is the normal one, normal of the right eye. तो जो ये dark or solid line है at the edges, this is actually the normal visual field. And this is the normal blind spot over here. However, you can see that besides the normal blind spot, there's also an arc-shaped visual field defect just above it, which is growing towards it. This is a sickle-shaped defect or a sedal scotoma. ये वाला छोटा सा जो है. Similarly, in this right eye का जो ये है, because it's the temporal strip है, blind spot itself, this is the right eye. इसमें you're having a large defect in the nasal side and an arc-shaped scotoma. This is a nasal defect. इसमें nasal step भी है. This is an arcuate scotoma. And similarly, you can see that this is a double arcuate scotoma because both the scotomas have joint. So these are some of the visual field defects which occur. And again, if you know the arrangement of the fibers, you will know why these happen. Because the nasal visual field defects are these are due to the effect because the temporal fibers are being affected. So ये था screen field. Now coming on to the optic disc. इस पे काफी टाइम लगा दिया. ये चीजें काफी कंफ्यूज करती हैं. करट्टा भूल जाते हैं, but if you know how they're happening or why they're happening, it will be easier for you to understand. Let's look at this image. This is an early glaucomatous change. Early glaucomatous change ये है. Why? Because even though the disc is oval over here, the optic disc ratio is not much increased. Okay? You can see that they progressively increase. Now, in order to diagnose glaucoma on a slit lamp examination, you need to have three things which are based on the pathophysiology. Okay? On clinical examination, there are three things which must be present, or at least two of these three. What is the first thing? glaucoma के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए?
Take cup diameter.
No. Generally.
Visual field defects.
Visual field defects. So one of them is visual field defects. And visual field defects कभी-कभार they're very subtle or they can't be picked up. हो जाते हैं तो well and good. There are also two other. One is आपने
Raised
बताया कि
IOP.
raised IOP. The first is raised. The second is the cup changes, cup or disc changes in common. So you need to have three of these, at least three. At least two, to diagnose glaucoma. Disc changes as well. So raised IOP. What is the normal IOP for diagnosis? What is the normal IOP in the
15.
eye? The normal IOP is less than
10 to
20.
15.
Yes, it's 10 to 15, but in normal cases, we take this as less than 20. अपने references हर के होते हैं, but we generally take it as less than 20. And this should be less than greater than 20 on more than one occasion. ऐसे नहीं कि एक वक्त आपने measure किया greater than 20 आ गया तो आपने कहा लो जी आपको glaucoma है, ऐसे नहीं है. It should be greater than 20 or more than one occasion. These changes क्या है? वो अभी हम discuss कर लेते हैं. Visual field effects कौन से हैं? We have scotomas. There are some central scotomas and there are some peripheral. अब आपने खुद देखना है कि peripheral इनमें से कौन से हैं और इनमें से central कौन से हैं. This is what you have to do on your own. ठीक है, आप पढ़ोगे आपको आसानी से. So let's come to the disc changes. What are the characteristic disc changes which need to be used? First is an increased cup to disc ratio, meaning that the size of the optic cup is increased. Over here, this is the optic cup from which the vessels originate. It's a physiological depression, and it's less over here. It's increasing over here. It has increased greatly over here. In this image, it has reached the optic disc edge. Now the पूरी disc खत्म हो गई, cup ही रह गया. So the first sign on examination is an increased cup to disc ratio. Normal कितना होता है?
0.3.
0.3. ठीक है, I think it's 0.3 or 0.2. ये आप confirm कर लेना, but we'll take 0.3. Increased cup
0.2 to 0.7.
0.2 to 0.7. आप कौन सी reference book use करेंगे?
जतोई.
अच्छा, it's different in written. जोगी में 0.3 लिखा हुआ है, I think Parsons में 0.3 लिखा हुआ है. तो मैं कर लूँगा. If it's in 0.3 तो ये मैं इस पे change नहीं करूँगा. अगर होता तो लिखूँगा. So the normal is 0.3, meaning that if there's a 10, if this is 10, तो 3 parts should be cup. उससे ज़्यादा होगा तो cup disc ratio is increased. Look over here, how the cup disc ratio is increased. So in this slide, जो हमने अभी patient में भी देखी थी, cup disc ratio is increased. This is the first sign. The second is that there is an asymmetry in cup disc ratios. मतलब कि आपने लेफ्ट आंख में देखा कि the cup disc ratio is let's say 0.7 और दूसरी आंख में 0.3 है. So there is a difference in CDR ratios of both eyes. Difference कितने का होगा? Do we have a sign?
0.2.
0.2. Difference of CDR in eye in both eyes of 0.2. That is another important sign. The second important sign. इसके बाद और क्या important signs हैं? There is bionetting of the vessels. Look at this. ये आपको बिल्कुल पता लग रहा है. इसमें आप गौर से देखें. This vessel is large over here and it certainly becomes smaller in size. तो हमें तो image पे 2 dimension पे लग रहा है it becomes smaller in size. What is happening is that it's changing its path abruptly. It's coming over here like this and it's going backward और उसके बाद ये नीचे जा रही है. That is why this part of the vessel has a smaller caliber than this part. This is the bionetting sign, which is greatly is easily appreciable over here. So you must have a bionetting sign. This is one of the signs. So bionetting sign. Bionetting sign हो गया. And the fourth, look at these pictures. This is the left eye. This is the left eye. This is the right eye. So जब cup disc ratio कम था, vessels are थोड़ा centered है, but they still shifted towards the left. As the cup disc ratio increases, you can see that the vessels are greatly shifted towards the nasal side. और इसमें they are almost at the nasal side. निकली nasal side से नहीं है, temporal side से कोई निकल ही नहीं vessel. This is another important sign. This is called nasalization of the vessel. these are present in Bayes images. ये आपको इसमें नजर आ रहे हैं. There's another important sign which I can show you in this slide. इसमें देख लेते हैं. चलो, look at this image. Okay. See how much nasalization there is. See the bionetting कितनी है कि ये vessel पीछे डिप कर गई अंदर की तरफ. It has dipped backwards inwards. इसी तरह ये अंदर की तरफ पीछे डिप कर रही है यहाँ से. ठीक है, this vessel is going over, it's dipping backwards. This is bionetting. This is all bionetting. But here's an important sign. Can you see these small dots over here? थोड़ा सा मुश्किल appreciate करना. In this sign it becomes blurry. लेकिन आप बाद में आके एक बार देख लेना. Excuse me. Can you appreciate these small dots or these small lines?
Splinter hemorrhages.
नहीं, splinter hemorrhages ये है splinter. This is a splinter hemorrhage over here. What is actually happening is that the cup is becoming so enlarged, the disc is so thin that you can actually see the openings in the lamina cribrosa. That के lamina cribrosa के normally तो आपको नजर नहीं आती ना. Look at here. Are you seeing any lamina cribrosa? The openings in lamina cribrosa which we discussed. No, they're not present over here. These are the openings of the lamina cribrosa, and when they are visible, it means that there has been so much optic nerve damage, so much cupping. This sign is called the lamellar dot sign. Okay? This is the lamellar dot sign. This is an important sign. This is another image for your education. इसमें आप देखो बायोनेटिंग इतनी विजिबल नहीं है, लेकिन यहाँ पे है. Look at this. This is a good view of bionetting. ये बायोनेट हो रही है वैसे over here. This is clearly bionetting in front of eyes. This visual is increased. थोड़ा सा oval head disc. And there's a slight notching over here as well. Notching is also a sign. I forgot to mention here. There may be notching of the disc. Okay. It's visible over here.
Bionetting simple word thinking होती है.
Kinking होती है. Simple words में kinking ऐसे होती है कि मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Let's suppose you're laying a wire on ground. If the ground is flat, इसके बाद मैं दोबारा आपको ऐड करूंगा सेशन में. In case I don't get this, तो मैं आपको दोबारा एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. If the ground is flat, when you're laying the wire, it will also be flat. ऐसे ही है. But let's just say खड्डा दरमियान में कहा जाता है. एक खड्डा सा आ गया. So if you're laying a wire, you know that the wire is under gravity. What will happen is that this wire will also dip down. It will then continue its pathway. तो अगर आप ऊपर से खड़े होकर इस वायर को देखेंगे, तो this wire will have a constant pathway. सीधा pathway लगेगा. अगर kinking या ये जो खड्डा आया है, if it's in the same axis जो wire travel करके, तो आपको सिरोप्सिस है तो आपकी दो आंखें आपको पता लग जाएगा. लेकिन